Hello twin flames, welcome to my channel. Whether you're new or you're coming back, today I'm gonna do a special edition reading as we are going through the full moon in Aquarius energies and the energies of the 8-8 portal, the Lionsgate portal are ramping up. There's a lot happening, and I have been doing readings on different topics, including the planetary transits, and today while we're kind of in a bit of a chill mode before I'm ready for the next big one, I decided to do something different and maybe to bring some joy or to bring some insight into your day if by some chance you're struggling emotionally or struggling to connect to your counterpart. Today we're going to do messages from your twin flame, and I will have 3 piles and I will do a mini reading for each of the piles. So this is the time where you can use your intuition to really dive into what feels right, what feels like is going to be a message from your twin flame. And I'm not going to be specifying exactly whether it's DM or DF. This is going to be either or. I realize that for majority of you, since it's majority of DF's fortune, it's going to be their masculine, but it could be the other way around as well. So just use your intuition. I'm going to show you 3 decks. I have for 1 deck for each of the readings. You will be able to choose. And good luck, everyone. So this is deck number 1. This is the Dream Keeper's Tarot. My dreamy, well, they're actually pretty much all of them are dreamy, and I feel like during the full moon what's gonna show us better messages than those that are connected to dreamland. This one is the Dream Way, I think is called. This is the Japanese artist deck, and the 3rd one is Thelema deck, but it's also pretty magical and pretty otherworldly. So this is deck number 3. Please choose which one you'd like, which one feels good to you, and we'll get some messages from your twin to yourself. See where they are, what they would like to send you. Okay, so pile 1, group 1, this is your deck, Dream Keeper's Tarot. Let's see what the messages are. We'll actually see what your twin is going through, and then what they want you to know about their journey right now, specifically what they would like to tell you. So energetically we have Temperance, Sun, Moon. Wow, oh my god. And what they would like to tell you: 8 of Cups, the Fool, and King of Pentacles. Wow, major arcanas all around. We have 8, which is the 8-8 portal. Bottom of the deck, 8 of Swords. So I can say for sure that your twin is going through it, especially during this time, because the emotional stakes have been so high. And regardless of what your situation in 3D is, in 5D they're getting exposed to this planetary transits, to this portal that we actually had from the Sirius portal and 8-8 portal, which is a portal of its own. They're getting activated, they're getting more in touch with their feeling, with their heart chakra, and it's bringing up a lot of worry, pain, and anxiety for them, which is a natural process, but it is pretty big, and with all the major arcanas it's huge. What I would say though, in their feelings, in what's going on with their energy, we have Temperance, Sun, and Moon. I mean, could it be more dramatic? The Temperance is about tempering, masculine and feminine, yin and yang, and these energies are actually the masculine, the Sun, and the feminine, the Moon, right? So this is like 10 times tempering these energies. That's what's going on for your twin. And whichever they are, masculine or feminine, prevailing, we all have both energies, and it's very important to be, let's just say, to be friends with both of those energies within you. Be able to embrace either of them, to connect to it, to accept it, to love it, to use it for your own goodness, you know. So yeah, this is like major rebalancing, recalibrating, and becoming more harmonious between those yin and yang energies, which of course also impact the emotional stability, and then as a result what your twin is going to be doing. And this is definitely with the major arcana, this is definitely happening with divine intervention. So it's one of those times where it's kind of an emotional roller coaster, but it's gonna be totally rewarding. And then we have another major arcana, the Fool here, with 8 of Cups and the King of Pentacles. So guess what? Your twin wants you to know that they are trying to be open-minded about this journey. They want to be this King of Pentacles for you, and don't mind the gender. This is more like somebody who can be a worthy match in the physical. They understand that you're going to be building your lives in 3D, and there's a lot that the two of you can be, want to be, and will be. They're getting these downloads too, that there's a lot in your future, a lot of things you're going to be doing as part of your mission, you know, your family. And this is a collective reading, so for each of you it's going to be a little different in terms of like buying a house, having kids, right? It's all going to need certain stability with resources, right? And they understand that, and they want to master that. They want to be that worthy partner, and they want you to come together when they've reached that. More of a masculine energy, of course, but it doesn't have to be a male figure. Also, they're saying that they're really working hard on putting aside their programming from society, from their family, and trying to look at things with new eyes, because they've been in relationships many times before. They know what relationships have been like in their family, like with their parents, you know, with other generations, with siblings. So they thought until recently that they have pretty much figured it out. Like there are several, you know, algorithms or scenarios, but they pretty much is like one of the 4 or 5, right? And they understand what they are, and even how to recognize what they are, more or less, right? And with you, they're trying to kind of match it to each of those, and it doesn't match any. It like broke the system, just it exploded on them. Like, no, that's part of that anxiety. It doesn't fit into any of the scenarios. And it's scary on the one hand, and the Fool is being brave, you know, like they don't, that's the leap of faith. They don't really know, and that's what they want to tell you. They don't really know where exactly this is taking them, and it's bothering them, it's scary, but they're trying to put aside that conditioning and those fears that their psyche is putting onto them, because they know that they need to keep moving, they need to keep progressing with becoming a worthy companion for you. Okay, this was group 1. Let's go to group 2. Group 2, this is your deck, the Dreamway Tarot. Let's see what we have from your person. So we'll have 2 questions. First, the feelings, generally what's going on in their energy, and then the second question is what would they like to tell you about your connection at this time. So for the energy, we have 8 of Wands, Justice, and Judgment. Wow, this is huge. I'm getting all these major arcanas in these messages, and I just get that there's just so much happening during this time. In space, in the air, for the Twin Collective, for everybody really, but for Twin Collective especially. And I just feel such a joy that it's working for our benefit. It's working to get us closer to each other, to our goals, to loving this world, you know, to sharing our light, to discovering our gifts. It's beautiful. It's doing it in like different intricate ways, which is beautiful. Okay, and the messages are Page of Swords, Seven of Pentacles, Three of Wands. So this is like, I'm gonna call it the planning twin. So this is the twin that's maybe a little bit more behind than the previous group that I was reading for. The Devil in the reverse, yeah, on the bottom of the deck, sorry. Yes, so they're still going through a lot of karmic vibrations. They are still figuring out what is this connection, yeah, like they're in the midst of getting more communication and more clarity. I don't see anxiety though. It's more like curiosity and interest, like healthy interest, like that's interesting. Yeah, it's definitely different, and my mind, my brain is telling me to walk away or to really question it under like the microscope. But I just want to go along with it and see where it takes me, because I feel like intuitively I feel like I can learn a lot from this experience, right? Like this is that phase where there's very little information of like what that could be, and they probably don't know about twin flames. Maybe they haven't gotten around the idea that that's what you are to each other, but most likely divine masculine, because they're the ones that take longer to awaken. But what I would say is that they're definitely on the path to it. They're trying to get a clean message, I'm hearing, because for both of these there is like this Eight of Wands energy, the communication of the divine insights, and on compromise and considering interests of both parties here, right? So they're trying to make it as objective as possible, because part of what makes the message subjective is of course that we're protecting our interest, or we want to push it into the direction where we want it to go from our ego, right? So they are really trying to absorb it just as it is, pure and unaltered by their brain. It's hard though, but they're trying, and the divine is helping them, because that's ultimately the push for their further discovery on the path and for sticking with the twin flame path. But yeah, in this part where they have messages for you, they want to say that they definitely want to stick around. They know this is special. They're not sure how exactly, but they feel like it can be a long-term relationship. They're still figuring out how to make it work, because right now they don't see a lot of those like good matches between us, right? Like we're supposed to be similar in character, supposed to like similar things or have similar lifestyles, something along those lines, and they just can't really match it well from what they know about you and what they know about themselves, right? So this is like all these cards are about that process of like moving different pieces around and like seeing it from different angles, like is this gonna work, does this look good, almost like doing renovation or interior design, when you're like sometimes moving things around and checking what's the best one, right? So all they want to say is they feel like this is a very rewarding investment of their time, of their energy, of any kind of resources. So they're ready to take on this ride with you. Beautiful. And all these changes and messages are helping them overcome their own limitations from karmic relationships and addictions. I'm getting for many. There's death underneath this actually, and there is a magician underneath that. Oh my god, all this major arcanas. And finally, group 3. So group 3, this is your deck, Thelma deck. Let's see what we have for you from your twin. First, we're looking at the energy of your twin, and then the messages they would like to deliver to you about this connection and where they are with it right now. Okay, so your first card, Ace of Pentacles, good start. Seven of Wands, Four of Swords. A bit of a tired energy I'm getting. And the messages they have for you are Six of Swords, Knight of Cups, the Hermit. I just thinking about the Hermit when I was looking at this figure. Look at that, the hooded figure, and I was just thinking solitude, hermit mode, and then I got the Hermit card. Wow. Okay. Bottom of the deck, Nine of Pentacles. Yes. So for this twin, a big topic is about soul searching and spending time going within, spending time with themselves, discovering the truth within, rather than, you know, asking around or talking to you or some other ways of getting the information. So they definitely want to have a practical approach to your connection and how they deal with it. They want to make it good, they want to invest into it, and they definitely see how you two can collaborate on something important. It can be personal, it can actually be professional as well. For some of you, you know your twin through some kind of professional relationship, and that will include one of you providing services to another, being someone's client, guest, you know, all of those things. That is included into this. But while there is that practical part of the relationship, there are also energies of, like I was saying, being tired of fighting the battle with themselves and with some people around, but they mostly care about the battle they have to fight with themselves. There is something that doesn't match their predefined expectations, and this twin has had them defined ahead of time. Like, my person is supposed to look this way, they're supposed to behave this way, you know, what are they supposed to have, you know, to have skills for, and things like that, right? It was a pretty definite list, and now they're fighting with themselves to expand that or to just throw it away altogether, because you, the twin, you don't fit into that list. And they understand that the beautiful part of this aspect of twin awakening is they understand that even though you don't match, you don't comply with that list that they made, they still love you and they want to be together. So that's the dilemma, that's the fight within. It's gonna take a moment, but they're getting there, and they're taking time to meditate, to pray, to decide how they want to handle it, how much of the list actually deserves to stay, I'm hearing, and how much of it just needs to disappear once and for all because it was nonsense to begin with. Yeah, and they're also saying that you are pushing them forward on a spiritual journey big times. And a lot of times it doesn't look like a lot in terms of like relationship and communication, conversation, but sometimes you don't even need specific conversations. They are watching you, they're hearing what you have to say to them or otherwise, and it starts them thinking, gets them to think about something important in life, right? And they can't stop that train anymore, right? It just keeps going. But they're grateful for that, because that brings them peace and comfort. That brings them ability to be in a loving energy rather than defensive energy, right? So to go from their brain to their heart space, which is key here. Okay, I hope that this has been useful to you. Let me know if you like this format and would like to see more of this. Also, don't forget to like the video, subscribe or share, and yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that. I'll talk to you again, guys, very, very soon. Oh, no. Hang on. I haven't done this self-compassion card. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Why not? Shouldn't be skipping the day. Sorry, I almost forgot, but I remembered now. Yeah, it's fine. Just leave it like that. What's the self-compassion practice of the day? I'm gonna add timestamps, and I'm gonna add a separate one for this, because this will refer to all the groups, all the decks. Me first. Put down this card and do something kind for yourself. Beautiful. I love it. Okay. Thank you for being with me, twins, and I'll talk to you again very, very soon. Happy full moon!